Good evening. Freddy Vazquez here with Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, we discussed the meeting that took place this evening at the Yonkers City Council chambers. The Yonkers City Council discussed the amending the capital budget, and they are seeking 6.85 million in bond issuance. We'll go over what they are asking this money for. Good evening, Freddy Vazquez, Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, general education doesn't teach general bonds. We discussed this evening's meeting regarding the issuance of new bonds. For what? Good evening, folks. Good evening, everyone. I'm Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. And tonight, I want to go over the meeting that took place this evening over at City Hall. City Council members are voting on amending the capital budget. The Commissioner of Finance was there, along with gentlemen who represent capital markets. The financial, I guess the finance company that represents the city and their bond issuing. They were there today, and I don't know. Did anyone see the meeting? Who else watched the meeting? And who was confused? I know I was a bit confused, and I think a lot of the council members were confused. I mean, this stuff is not easy to kind of figure out, and they don't give much details. Well, here's the thing. The city is seeking to issue bonds, or they will be issuing bonds for bonds, first of all, general obligation bonds. That's what they're going to be issuing. And general obligation bonds are debt, right? So the city is basically borrowing money. They're borrowing this $6.85 million for police equipment and for restoring parks. According to the city council, they were, or I should say the finance commissioner, some city parks were destroyed as a result of Hurricane Ida. But there was some other stuff there, things involving the building department and the Will Library, also the Hudson River Museum. So I'll go over that stuff. But yeah, one of my biggest things, and I'll talk about that as well, is how well does the council members understand this, right? And I'm not trying to insult anyone. I'm truly not trying to insult anyone. But they are the individuals that are tasked with representing us, the people, and understanding this clearly to make the best appropriate decision, right? And I don't know if they all understood it. Obviously, Anthony Moranti, Council Member Moranti, I could tell he gets it. He's an accountant. John Rubel, obviously, is very involved in the business dealings and all that's going on in the city. Mike Breen seemed to have some kind of handle on it. I don't know. But I didn't hear much from Majority Leader Tasha Diaz. Council Member Shanae Williams did question some of the, expenses or items that were on there. But what does that mean? What is she going to do really about it? Huh? The only one that made sense was Ron Matten. And did Ron talk? Because again, I didn't get to watch the entire meeting, and I didn't see Ron speak. I know he said he was going to speak about it. I didn't get a chance to see that. And if Ron is able to watch tonight, he can comment. Well, anyway, what are general obligation bonds? Right? What are they for most people to understand? This is finance stuff. Again, this is not some general knowledge stuff. Most people are not understanding general bonds. I went to school. I got an MBA finance, and I still have to, figure this out a little bit. It's still a little difficult. But general obligation bonds are basically a debt that the city issues in order to raise money. Basically, they go out into the market and sell bonds, which investors buy, right? And they have a maturity date. So it's for a certain amount of time investors buy these bonds, and what they expect, the investors, is that when the bonds mature or when their expiration date come up, that they will get their money back plus an interest for the money that they loaned the city. So the city has to pay this money back plus interest to the investors. Now, just very recently, the city's credit score, their credit score wasn't too good. It recently did improve, but not much. And the two scoring agencies or rating agencies are Moody's and S&P, or Standards and Poor's ratings, and they had Yonkers at a negative outlook, but recently changed it and moved them up to a stable outlook, or they're stable. And the reason why is because they recently repaid some of their bonds that they issued back, I believe, in 2014. So obviously, when you pay off a credit card, or you pay your house off, or you pay a car off, because you've done that, your credit score goes up. I do want to show you the meeting really quick at the beginning here, where the council president begins talking. I just want to play that really quick, and then I'll discuss that as well.
Today is Tuesday, January 26th, 25th. And this is the Rules Committee meeting for the Yonkers City Council. I said rules. Budget and Finance Committee meeting for the city of Yonkers. We have 4 items on the agenda. I'll just do a quick. We have myself, Council President Lakeisha Collins Bellamy. We have First District Councilwoman Shanae Williams, Second District Councilwoman Corazon Pineda Isaac, Majority Leader Tasha Diaz, Majority Whip John Rubo, Minority Leader Michael Breen, and 6th Council District Anthony Moranti. So we have the full council here. There are 4 items on the agenda. The first is a special ordinance of the City of Yonkers, New York, adopted January 25th, 2022, determining the terms, form, and details of issuance of 28,490 general obligations refunding serial bonds 2022A forward delivery, and an 11. This is million or thousand? Million, okay. I wasn't sure if there was a period, new context. 840,000 general obligation refunding serial bonds 2022B forward delivery of the city, directing their private sale and providing for the rights of the holders of said bonds and other.
So, I mean, look, even the city council president, she's reading there and seems to be confused herself. And again, no disrespect or diss to anyone, but when I heard her reading this, this intro here, the first thing I thought was, it sounds like she's reading a script, which she is. She's reading something. I get it. But I don't know if she was prepared. You have to be prepared with your script. and secondly, the fact that she made a mistake on the numbers. She asked if that was 1,000 or 1 million. What? I mean, do you not know the amount that the city is looking to issue bonds for? That should be already embedded in your mind. If you reviewed everything, right? They're expected to vote on this tonight, right? It's like rush. The city commissioner, the commissioner of finance, is rushing them because he's saying that we have to get this approved so we can, get the money there to do school construction, because there's a window of a time period when they can actually do construction on schools and stuff before kids go back in September, right? They have to be done by August. So he's like rushing this and rushing for a decision. But it doesn't seem like they are fully aware of exactly what it is that they are going to be approving. So I want to know, are they aware? Do they fully understand this? Or are they simply given a script to read? And at least if you're giving a script to read, you should come prepared so you know the numbers. If you don't know if that's 1,000 or 1 million, it's a huge difference. How are you voting on it? How are you voting on this? So, I mean, that right there, off jump, that was like, They don't even know the numbers. I mean, you should be already knowing what's, if you're expecting to vote on it. So I don't know. But anyway, they went into the market today. They were all excited about that and happy, the finance guys, because of the low interest rates that they were able to take advantage of. So they went into the market and they, paid back some of the loans or bonds, or refunded the bonds, meaning they paid back some of the debt that they had initially taken out back in 2014, taking advantage of the low interest rates, saving them, right? It's basically, they basically refinance the old bonds, right? So it's like you have a home and you refinance your mortgage, you get a lower interest rate, right? So that's basically what they did. And they said because of this, they are now saving the city over the course of about 9-10 years, $1.8 million approximately, or approximately $200,000 a year. I guess that's a good move. I won't knock that. If you can refinance the bonds and get a better interest rate and save the city money, that's a good move to make. I'm not going to knock that, right? But the three bonds that were refunded totaled $45 million. $45 million. So they refinanced them for about $41 million. And then with the fees and everything that are associated with that stuff, when you refinance, you have to pay all these fees and everything. So that comes about to a $1.8 million saving. Which, again, it's pretty good. But do the council fully understand that? Right? And also what I want to know, are they limited or unlimited general obligation bonds? And there's a difference. Limited allows the city to raise property taxes. And this is another thing that's important. These general obligation bonds are tied to taxes. So another reason why they are looked at by investors as safe investments, because the city has the right to raise taxes in order to pay these bonds back. So if they come to the point where they're going to mature and they have to pay this debt back and they don't have the money for it, guess what they're going to do? They're going to raise your taxes in order to pay it. Unlimited general obligation bonds allows up to 100% tax increase on property taxes. Remember, the developers are getting property tax breaks. So the property taxes increase will affect who? The residents primarily, or only, just about, because we don't get tax breaks, right? Developers only get tax breaks, right? So again, these general obligations bonds are backed by the city's total revenue, which includes taxpayer money. All right. And so they view them as, they're a low probability of defaulting because they look at the taxing power and taxing ability of the city of Yonkers. We are now the third largest city in the state, 213,000 people. It's a good, amount of people to tax. Not everyone's going to pay property taxes, but, still the city generates a lot of money in taxes. So they look at that like, it's a good thing, and they'll come up with the money somehow, right? So what are they looking for this money? What do they want this money for? Right. Well, security measures, right? They want to purchase more police equipment. One of the things they said was body cams. But didn't they recently get body cams? Yes, they did. Not that long ago, there was $1 million that the city spent on body cams, but now they need another. And get this, it's going to be a total, because this is just the first round. It's going to be a total of $6 million they're going to need for body cams and other security equipment for police departments. They asked them, didn't we get body cams? The council? Yes, we did, but we need more body cams. They're real, like, they're not even specific. Like, the details are horrible. They're very vague. Yes, they need more body cams, however, and it's not just the body cams, it's the software associated with the body cams. They also want to get license plate readers on the cop cars, as if they don't have any, already. I see them all. I mean, people getting tickets all day long, right? So I see boots on cars all the time. Right. So this is what they said: body cams and plate reading equipment, as well as the software. So I don't know. And then the Department of Information Technology, they're looking for $4,125,000 for the Department of Information Technology, and they say this is the result of the recent hacker attack, where the city was attacked by hackers, and there was some kind of virus that was that requested a ransom from the city, right? So it's like a ransom malware or whatever you call it, virus. So they were able to deal with that situation without having to pay the ransom to whoever these hackers were. But because of it, they're looking for $4 million now to improve the security, their cybersecurity for the city of Yonkers, right? $4 million. And they also say that when we go and we issue bonds, the creditors, the rating agencies want to know if they have good cybersecurity. That's one of the things that they said. So that's another reason why it's important, so we can have good standings with the rating agencies. So $4,125,000 for information security, again, resulting from the hacker attack that left a ransom virus thing, and I don't know what it's really called, but apparently it was asking for a ransom in order to give back the city's computer system and all that. But they were able to take care of it without paying a ransom, but they want to prevent this from happening again, right? And the city doesn't carry cyber attack insurance, which I'm not sure why. Right. And I wonder if the insurance is cheaper to maintain, and maybe not. Over time, it'll probably be more than $4 million. I don't know how much cybersecurity insurance is. I don't have it. And another thing that they wanted money for was for scanning documents, right? And this is related to the building department. And apparently, the building department is in need of a revamp to the entire system so they can scan all of their documents and have it online, right? They say that this is what's going to help get the building department in order. They blamed it on the previous commissioner, said that he didn't scan anything. He didn't want to scan anything. And the new building commissioner, the building department commissioner, is all about scanning. And so they want to set up a system for scanning documents. Yeah, scanning documents and IT security, cybersecurity. So that's all going to total $4 million, right? And again, the police body cams, which I mentioned, and the license plate scanners. Now, the Will Library, I believe that's the one on Central Avenue. It's in need of a new elevator. Now, here's the thing. They initially allocated some money for it, $200,000, but they underestimated the cost. It's actually going to be $400,000. So they need another $200,000 for the Will Library's elevator. So who's the elevator company? Anybody know? Maybe I can find the elevator company to fix that for a lot cheaper than that. Now, the Hudson River Museum needs a new boiler. Definitely can help out with the boiler. Definitely can help out with that. Again, they were initially given some money, I believe sometime last year, but they underestimated the cost of the boiler. According to the finance commissioner, with rising cost of materials because of supply chain issues, they need additional money because they underestimated. Really? They underestimated? They didn't specify a number there. I'm sure it's somewhere there. If you want to go look at exactly how much they're going to spend on this boiler, you can go check that out. Actually, I believe 600,000, if I'm mistaken, but I have to get that exact number. Now, on the parks, they're looking for $484,000 for park restoration from Hurricane Ida damages. Does anybody see any parks damaged? Any parks anywhere damaged? Any swings messed up? I don't know. I didn't see any parks damaged, but they could be. But they're looking for $484,000 to. But what I don't understand is, they talk about these developments and the Lionsgate, and I know Lionsgate isn't open yet, but they're supposed to be bringing in all this money, this tax revenue, and or whatever other revenue into the city. Yet we need more money. Yet this is the second time. This isn't the first time that they're amending the budget. This is the second time, and maybe I think the third time that the budget is being amended. That was one of the questions that Anthony Moranti had for the finance commissioner. He was confused as to why they were coming back for more money. Did they not know that they were going to need this stuff initially? Who is it that's seeking more money and why? right? So a Butler building, I don't know what the heck is a Butler building, but it's like what they explained it as was like that thing over there on Murray skating rink, with underneath the ice skating, the ice skating rink. They want to build a Butler building, which will cost them $700,000. To store their, trucks, DPW trucks, salt trucks, and stuff like that. Currently, they're renting a space now. I'm not sure where. They didn't say where they were renting the space, but I'm curious because the city is notoriously known for selling city properties cheap and then renting and leasing the space back from the person or company or whoever they sold it to, right? They did that over there in 470 Nepperhan, and I'm sure other buildings that the city once owned. So who are they leasing from now? How much are they paying? Because they're looking for $700,000 for a Butler building. All right. I don't know. Again, imagine that thing over there at Murray Skating Rink. They said that's what it's supposed to look like. They're also wanting to install electric vehicle charging stations at a cost of $240,000. The city plans on getting more electric vehicles. I did see the police, with the Tesla driving not that long ago. Pretty cool looking thing. But yeah, the city plans on getting more electric vehicles so they can give out to the city council members so they can crash them all up. You know how that goes, or park them illegally, run out of the electricity and let the battery die out on the highway somewhere where they're not supposed to be. So you know how that's going to go, right? That's what they want them for. Now, Councilwoman Sinead Williams, she likes to put on a show. She almost makes me like her, and then I realize she's putting on a show, right? So she questions, them. I don't understand this. I don't understand that. She questioned the need for the cybersecurity, right? And one of the things that they said that they're going to be doing, as in regards to the the information technology department, is upgrading their systems, their Windows programs to up to 10. Right? I don't know where they're at, but they need Windows 10 upgrade. They want to update and upgrade the software. Well, I mean, Windows 10's been out for a while, and I don't know. Maybe they need it. I don't know. I mean, you would think that the city would have that already set up. I don't know. So she asked about that. They said they needed it. Again, going back to the cyber attack that the city recently had. The council needs to take, I don't think they should be rushing to vote on this because they don't really seem to be knowing what's going on. They've asking a lot of questions, and it wasn't enough time to get all the details in, right? So I think they need to sit on this a little bit more and understand exactly what it is that they're looking to vote on here. Where exactly is this money going? How exactly is it going to impact the city? What, it's going to do, get all the details. Get everything. Understand this. Fully understand what bonds are. Okay? Because I don't think some of you guys know. I can appreciate, again, Council Member Williams questioning them, but it seems like that's all she does. She gives a little pushback at the meetings, but everything is always a show. Everything's always a show because you're going to say yes anyway. You're going to pass it anyway. Right? It doesn't matter. It's like, let me just do this little show, act like I want to question them, and then so what? Do nothing about it, right? $180,000 actually at some point last year was approved to upgrade the computer systems in the schools in order to keep students' medical records. So they did approve that at some point last year. So it was already almost $200,000 to improve computer systems in the school. Now they need to improve it throughout the city. Another $240,000. So, and then 1.5 million. This is the scanning for scanning documents. They want to spend $1.5 million in scanning expenses, and this is supposed to improve the building department. Well, I hope so. But why can't the staff scan the stuff? I mean, do they not have enough staff there? Because every time I've gone there, they've just been standing around. If they're even there. Sometimes you have to like yell and bang on the window. Actually, they had a little bell there too. I didn't see that first. But where are they? Why can't they scan documents? Huh? Why can't you hire maybe 10 people, scan these documents, and then call it a day? $1.5 million? Tell you what, give me $500,000, I'll scan the documents for you. I'll get it done. So for the police body cams, they're going to spend another $2 million. So that'll be a total of $3 million that they've spent so far on police body cams. Again, that was mentioned along with the license plate readers. Who is Rami Rabadi? Because the council seemed to be confused. Then they referred to Rami Rabadi. The total contract, the total that they have that they're looking to get into for this police equipment is valued at $6.7 million. And all they said was it includes license plate readers, body cams, and the software and hardware that comes along with it. Does that sound right to you? That sound right to you? I don't know. The mayor will be hitting us over the head with property tax increases. Just wait, and the council, besides Moranti, will support it. If you heard it here first. Well, usually I hear Moranti when it comes to the budget always has a difference of opinion. And I heard that was one of the reasons why they wanted him out of there, and and they put Tim Hodges to run up against him, or maybe they were just kind of checking him, like, hey, Moranti, chill out. Let's see. Maybe he got the message, right? Maybe he got the message from that last election. Don't mess around. We'll get you out of there, Moranti. Mike Breen. What did Mike Breen have to say, Mr. Breen? I had to wait my turn back in 2003, and because I'm a council member, I get permits approved quickly. He wants the city of Yonkers to do better plan. He wants the city of Yonkers to take over planning for like the Will Library and the Hudson River Museum, because he feels like they don't know what they're doing. They're underestimating the cost of these things, as if the city of Yonkers and the council members don't do the same, And then he kind of just went off on the former building department commissioner, blaming him for the mess that was there in terms of the documents not being scanned, So that's all he had to say. He didn't have much to say either. They all were just there. Tasha, majority leader, was mostly on her phone, texting. That was about it. She seemed pretty bored. So yeah. And Moranti, you know what I like Moranti said, and I think it's very true. He said, I'm questioning you guys because there are people watching and paying attention here, and they got to be saying what's going on. Why wasn't this brought up initially? Why are we making another change to the budget? What exactly are we talking? We're talking about scanning. We're talking about body cams, and we're talking about license plate readers, elevator, and a boiler. Another almost $7 million for that. But I think, again, that's all show. And maybe he might be the only one to vote against it, but it doesn't matter if he's the only one. So, right? But according to the commissioner, that's not, their list that they have of things that they need actually is about $97 million. All right. And he says that when the different commissioners from the different departments come to him with their budgets, that he actually has to cut them down a lot. So this is a good number. They chopped a lot of things or cut a lot of things down, trying to get things that they feel are a priority. And that is, the body cams, I guess, the police license plate scanners, money for the fixing of the parks. That stuff is a priority. And the school construction that's going to be going on. They're actually renovating a building now to open it up as a new school because of the increase in student population. As a lot of people are coming into the city of Yonkers now. School is overcrowded. They need more space. So yeah, that's what that meeting was about. But honestly, did the council know what was going on? I know Anthony Moranti, he seems to have a handle on it. John Rubo, Mike Breen, but does the other council members have a handle? Do they know what they're voting for, or are they just simply going with whatever they're told? In the second meeting, I think there was another meeting at 7:00 on the Secra thing, when they're talking about the Ludlow project. Tasha Diaz, majority leader, chimed in to say that she just wanted to thank who was it? She was thinking maybe the finance commissioner for always being, the deputy finance commissioner or something like that. She wanted to thank this person anyway, because every time she called, they were always willing to explain stuff to her whenever she did. Yeah, they're going to tell you whatever. You have to know this on your own. That's how they play you. Now you can see how the puppets, how it works, right? They don't even know what's going on. They don't even know what they're talking about. Do they fully understand any of this stuff that this Commissioner of Finance was even talking about today? And that scares me. That scares me. That truly scares me because they're reading scripts. They're reading scripts. They don't even know what the numbers are. You know, is it 1,000? Is it 1,000,000? I don't know. Just whatever. I'm told to just, pass this. Okay. That's what we do. Where's his money actually really going to? Where's his money really going to? So that's really it. I just wanted to talk about the meeting, really, not necessarily anyone in particular today. I did. Oh, if you didn't watch it, I did speak about earlier today about the Supreme Court decision. Supreme Court ruled that the mask mandates were unconstitutional, illegal, and that the government overstepped her bounds. The city of Yonkers is disobeying that ruling and is still has the mask mandates in effect. Harrison, however, made it optional. Big up to Harrison. Shout out to you guys. They respected the law of the land. They respected the Supreme Court's decision. Yonkers doesn't, obviously. Casada, what's going on? Take these masks off for our kids. I'm going to be a little bit more vocal about it. I'm actually going to be speaking to some people about that. I don't agree with the mask mandates, and I don't care what you guys think. I really don't. I know some of you people want to insult me, and talk about your cousin, sister, brother who's a nurse or whatever. And doctors and nurses just do what they're told. Okay, it's like the city council, right? You have the administrators, the people that run stuff, and they just tell you what to do, and they just do that. That's how doctors operate, similar to the city council, So I'm going to be vocal about that, and I hope I get some support there, and I'll be putting out some information about that. But that's it, folks. That's the meeting. Anyone have anything interesting to say about it? Anyone? 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 It only improved because all the CARES money filtered. Yeah, they got a lot of money. They paid off some of the prior bonds. That improves your rating. But it's not like it improved much. And it seems like they're just taking advantage of that, right? Now that their credit score essentially is improved, let's go out and borrow some more money. Let's utilize it and let's get more money, right? But again, I mean, where's that money actually going? And why are they rushing to vote on it? Do they fully understand what they're voting on? I don't think so. I don't think so, folks. I don't think so. So, yeah. There you have it, folks. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. I almost forgot to mention this. I think it's important, actually. I received a message from someone, and I won't mention their name unless they say it's okay. But this individual told me that they wrote a letter to the city council back in December. I'm going to read to you exactly what the message says. A letter was written to the council back in December by this individual in regards to quid quo pro, possibility of a quid quo pro involving council member John Rubo and AMS. But they ignored the letter. Nothing came about it. They completely ignored this guy's letter. So now he's reaching out to me. And he's telling me all about it. And I can't wait to get more information. I'm trying to, all right, let me read it here. Okay. Hello, Freddy. I sent a quid quo pro letter to all the city council and a separate one to Liam McLaughlin, asking for an investigation into John Rubo and his connections to AMS. This was back in December, and the only item connected to this was the odd attempt by Smiling Mike and the ethics committee to absolve him. So, council member Shanae Williams, Majority Leader Tasha Diaz, Council Member Mike Breen, Council Member Anthony Moranti, City Council President Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, Council Member Corazon Pineda Isaac. Did you guys receive a letter regarding John Rubo and quid quo pro in connection with AMS? Did you guys? Liam McLaughlin, did you receive a letter regarding a quid quo pro involving John Rubo and AMS? According to a resident here in the city of Yonkers, he sent letters to you guys. Are you guys ignoring it? You didn't ignore it when the letter came about Mike Cater. You didn't ignore it when the Yonkers Tribune, supermarket tabloid, wrote about it. You launched an investigation immediately. So, Liam McLaughlin, I'm going to call your office back. Paul Hart, if you happen to see this, I'm going to return your call and I'm going to ask you about that. Now you know what I'm calling you about. So if the city council received a letter from a city resident regarding quid quo pro allegations involving council member John Rubo and his landlord and big-time developers here in the city of Yonkers, AMS, why has nothing been done? And if you're watching, to the person who sent me the message, I would love a copy of the letter. I would love a copy of the letter so I can put it out. I can blast it. I can email it to Councilmember Rubo. I can email it to Liam McLaughlin and all the rest of the city council members who are refusing to acknowledge your letter because they love John Rubo. They want him to be the next mayor. I don't think anymore. I think they say, you know what, John? You're not the one. Got too much flack, too much negativity tied to you. You're not going to win. You got to find someone else. We probably have a better shot at getting a fourth term than getting you elected, John. You messed up. You messed up. You messed up. So, council members, I mean, this is just exactly the issues that we have here in the city. This is what I've been talking about. This is what a lot of people talk about. This is crazy. How is it that a letter goes to the council regarding quid quo pro, nowhere near as obvious as John Rubo and AMS, and the council jumps right on it? Someone sends a letter going on 2 months now, and not a peep, not a word, nothing. So they defend John Rubo, they protect John Rubo, but they did not care about Mike Cater. That's because they obviously did not want him there. There you go. That's the proof. The proof is in the pudding. It's in the pudding, Bill Cosby. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I mentioned this early on in the actually last year. Actually, I mentioned the fact that there was a letter sent, and nothing was heard about it. I mean, nothing was said about it. I even said I would be sending a letter, but why should I have to when one has already been sent? What else do you need? Another letter? Or does it have to be from a certain individual? Which I'm not going to be unfair to that individual. I'm going to leave him alone. The silly council has no self-worth. Whatever the pimp says, they do. They got to get pimp slapped for that one. So I would imagine that now that, people are aware, more people are aware about it, that they would be saying something about it. And it's going to go something like this. We were investigating, although we did not make it publicly. And in our investigation, we found no evidence of quid quo pro involving John Rubo and AMS. The council, along with Liam McLaughlin's office, thoroughly investigated any and all claims made by the individual. And nothing could come about the investigation. Nothing came about it. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say if they do mention it. And they have to. At this point, they have to. What about Harris? And is it Harris and Beach or Harris Beach? You're right, Harris and Beach. I don't know. I want to make sure I'm not wrong, because people jump on me when I'm wrong. Yes, Harris Beach as well. Maybe I can write the letter. Or maybe you can write the letter about Harris Beach, and then there'll be 2 letters, and maybe they'll do something about it. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. So you know they had it out for Mike Cater. Here's the proof. Here is the evidence. Here is the evidence. If it was about truly identifying if there were any quid pro quo going on in Mike Cater's situation, then they should have investigated John back in December when they received the letter. If you're one of their friends, go tell them. Say, hey, Freddy mentioned that letter that you guys are ignoring. Got to do something about it now, guys. Got to do something. And I know that my podcast worked because John Rubel now is making public the fact that he owns the company, A Perfect Solution, John Rubel Consulting, Inc., which happens to be a credit card processing company. It processes payments for who? For AMS. Mike Cater should sue them and expose the corruption. Oh, I think he is, if I'm not mistaken. Not that he's mentioned that to me, but I think in what some documents I saw, everybody's getting sued, actually. All of them. Tasha Diaz, Liam McLaughlin, John Rubel, Corazon Pineda, all of them are getting sued. All of them. They're not talking about it because they don't want to give it any life. They don't want to give any life. But it doesn't matter if you don't talk about it. It's still going to go to court. You're still going to have to deal with it. You guys screwed up. And this is what I'm telling you guys. You got to be careful. You got to be careful and don't get played. You're going to get thrown under the bus. You are the little people in this. The little people always go out first. So be smart and go and speak to the feds now. Now. Before it's too late. Before somebody else does first. I'm serious. Majority leader, be careful. Be careful. And as a majority leader, Tasha Diaz, why aren't you mentioning the letter? Is it because John Rubel became your new buddy? Is it the whole Serrato Park connection? Or is it that John Rubel helped you get the Chicken Island spot so you can do your food distributions? Because AMS owns that. Did John hook that up for you? Why don't AMS give some fresh meat? Pay for some fresh meat. But yeah, that's incredible. When I actually saw that maybe about 2 hours ago, I looked at my message and I said, holy crap. And they're not even investigating. They didn't even make no mention of it. Now you know that they had it out for Mike Cater. Now you know they had it out for Mike Cater. So, yeah, I wonder what their response is going to be to that. I'm going to be tagging them in this. I'm going to ask them. I'm going to be messaging the council members. And you know what? We should do that now. Who wants to message them with me? We should do that now. Who should I message? The majority leader? Oh, Tasha Diaz? Yeah, let's message Tasha Diaz. Let's message Tasha Diaz now. Okay, I want you guys to be my witness. I'm not playing. Let's message. Where did I do that at? And we're gonna ask why. Why is it that they have not mentioned the letter that they received from a city resident in regards to the quid quo pro involving John Rubel? Why? All right, Tasha Diaz. All right. So, what should I say? Can you see that there? I think we should all be involved in this process together, right? It's Tasha Diaz, majority leader. And we, the residents of Yonkers, would like to know. Good evening, majority leader. Hope all is well. I recently received, and excuse me if I don't type fast enough, a message indicating that you and the rest of the council members, received a letter in regards to a quid quo pro involving council member on Rubo and AMS. Is this true? If so, what will you do about it? No, I'm gonna. Will there be an investigation? Sincerely, Freddy Vazquez. All right, let's see if she responds to me. I had to write there. I should CC all of them. You're right. I don't know how to do that on Facebook. I did a live earlier today on Instagram for the first time, and I didn't even know how to exit out of it. So I'm getting older. But yeah, I think it's important. We do this together, right? This is our city. We run this. We control our democracy. We elect these individuals to office, and we have the ability to take them out. We have a right to know everything that's being done in regards to the city, what's being done with taxpayer money. We need transparency, and we have a right to that transparency. And we mustn't be scared to approach them with concerns, complaints, even. They're just regular humans like us that have a title, but they're nobody special. And you let them know just how you feel. Hey, you guys received a letter. Same letter you received in regards to Mike Cater, the city council president, the former city council president, and you guys jumped on it right away. You fed him to the wolves. And now there's another letter about John Rubo, and you have done nothing. You have done nothing. Why? So why didn't you like Mike Cater? You guys didn't like him? He was Arabic? Is that what it was? You don't like Arabic guys? Is that what it was? I mean, why? The guy was for the people. He pushed for the housing ordinance. Shanae, why'd you get rid of an ally in the housing ordinance? Corazon, why'd you help get rid of an ally in the housing ordinance deal? I don't know if Tasha ever wanted that, so I can't say he was an ally to her. She flipped. The IG office is a waste of taxpayer dollars, costing taxpayers $750. That's how much he gets paid? $750 a year. Oh, between staff and outside city legal, investigative contacts, and other expenses. I was going to say, shit, I'm going to be IG now. Yeah, it is a waste because I think he's only done one investigation, and that was the investigation into Mike Cater. That was a job that you give a friend, right? Liam, I feel bad you lost. Mike Cater beat you. I'm going to give you an IG job, because you're my boy. But don't worry. There's going to come a time when you're going to get your revenge. And he did. He got his revenge with the help of the council members that are there now, except for the city council president. She was not there, to be fair. He was a threat. He would have been the next mayor. He would, or he will be. That's why they're still trying to go after him. That's why they're still trying to, continue with that investigation and everything else that they're doing. That's why they also have Hezi go after John Cater. That's why. Because they want John to be hurt, right? They don't want him to get any money, have any funding. They want people to stay away from him so he can't be empowered, so he can't have the resources to run successful campaigns against those that are there now. That's what it's all about. And Hezi, they use him as a tool. But you guys know that by now. right? Because a certain individual actually approached Hezi about writing an article in the Yonkers Tribune, and he told him no. He told him no. Why? Because the article was going to be about members of the establishment. And he told him no. He said he doesn't want to be involved in negative stuff. And it's not negative, it's transparency. It's speaking facts. And you put out a bunch of negative crap all through your freaking Yonkers Tribune. Look at the comments. You allow that comments to go on your page, but you won't let this guy write a article? Come on, guy. So yeah, so corrupt. So corrupt, you know? So we'll see what's gonna happen. She's gonna probably ignore my message. Matter of fact, you know, we should who likes to respond? She's probably gonna ignore my message. She ignores everything I ever send her. That's just how she is. That's why I do her like that, man. Because come on, I've invited you to my show and you ignore me. So I'm gonna have to do what I do. Let me see. Write something to the Yonkers City Council. I received December regarding quid quo pro between John Rubo and AMS and possibly, well, no, I'm not going to mess with those guys. Those are attorneys. Although, yeah, December, I got to, will you be investigating? Will you be investigating? Let's see if they respond to that. I put it on their page, Yonkers, New York. All right. So go on there, go like it, follow up, say, yeah, are you guys going to respond? Are you guys going to investigate? Huh? Council member? You guys got a letter about John Rubo and didn't do nothing about it? What's wrong with you? Don't forget the city's paying an outside law firm over $100,000 so far to go after Mike Cater after the judge said Liam has no basis. Which firm is that? Is that Harris Beach? Is that Harris Beach? Yeah, they're still going after the guy because they want to bury him. They're trying to Trump him. And what I mean by that is they kept going after Trump because they don't want the guy to ever come back. What does that mean? That means that they're scared. They're scared of something. They're scared of something. And that's what they're trying to do. They're going after John. They're going after, you know, some guy at DPW because his brother wants to run, you know. They're coming after me. I'm making friends. I'm trying to be friendly. I don't want to, you know. But anyway, I'll follow up with that. I'll see what they if they respond. If they do, I'll let you guys know what the response was. What time was this? Oh shit. Ain't super able to let us know. Sure. But yeah, so I mean, let's follow up with them folks. Go on there. Go to the Yonkers City Council page. I get calls and texts all the time. It's crazy. He has yet to list Harris Beach on his campaign financials, yet they testified in court against Abdul that campaign of John was paying them. Well, I've tried to get the transcripts of the court, the court case, but they did list the fact that the John Rubo campaign paid for the handwriting expert. That guy got paid $10,000 just to say that I don't know, whether the signatures didn't match or whatever he did. $10,000 that came from the John Rubo campaign. So yeah, he was involved in that. I believe it's two firms which has close ties to city and mayor contributors and major contributors to the mayor and committee for a better Yonkers. I believe it's two firms which has close ties to city and mayor and major contributors to the mayor and committee for a better Yonkers. Who are those two firms? Harris Beach and who else? Who else? But yeah, that's incredible. So I wanted to put that out there. I'm glad I remembered because that's important. That's very important. That's very, very important. But if you didn't catch my episode on Shanae Williams, Councilwoman, I did that last night. So go check that out. Councilwoman represents the 1st District. Places in shambles unless you go to the waterfront. But everything else is in shambles out there. Shootings, drug addiction, serious mental health, issues going on there. In fact, according to Dr. Drew Peters, we are having and experiencing a national mental health crisis among the children, among the youth, among the young people. Right. And it all has to do with these lockdowns, these mask mandates. He even says, Dr. Drew Peters, that the masks are not working. That's silly. It's very silly. It's very silly. And they should not be wearing them. But yeah, so we're experiencing a mental health crisis here. 1st District is in a crisis in terms of mental health. Shanae Williams, council member, is the chairperson for the Community and Mental Health Services Committee. Could you believe that? And absolutely nothing is being done. She isn't doing anything, not a single thing. She just goes up there and looks like she's doing something because she knows the TV is on, the cameras are on, and people are watching, but that does absolutely nothing. Nothing. And I said that in my podcast last night, and I said, please prove me wrong. Please show me that I'm full of crap and that I don't know what I'm talking about, and that I'm a liar, and that you did a whole lot. But it never happened. Nothing. Because they did nothing. They did nothing. And I'm going to continue to say this, man, all the way on through next year's election. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be consistent. So, I'm not going away. I just suggest you guys start doing the right thing. Start doing the right thing. All right. Start investigating, John. Let's get to it. Liam, I'll be calling your office tomorrow. Find out, get an update on the investigation. So anyway, folks, there you have it. That's Basement Politics. I was hoping also to get on Yonkers United 2021. They're a group of parents, teachers, members of the community who are against the mask mandates and are really pushing hard to, get these mandates removed, get the kids smiling again, get their faces out. They've been attending school board meetings, and they've been voicing their disgust for these mandates and the way that the state and officials have been handling it. So I want to get them on the show to discuss the Supreme Court ruling that said basically that the mask mandates are illegal, unconstitutional, and the Supreme Court judge, went as far as to say that the governor overstepped her authority, exceeded her authority. So she had no authority to do it in the first place. All right. So there you have it. You don't have to wear, your kids don't have to wear the mask. They don't have to wear the mask. All right. Tell them that you don't want the kids wearing a mask, and that's your right. So I wanted to get them on. Maybe I'll get them on tomorrow. If you're interested in that stuff, we'll definitely talk about it. It's very important. So yeah, there you have it. Freddy Vazquez. I'm about to get to bed. It's 10:53. Council. That's it. You guys are busted. You're busted. You better start investigating because you're busted. The letter came out. People know that there's a letter that was put out there, and you guys are doing nothing about it. That is wrong. That is corruption. That is corruption. All right? That's the definition, right? You go after Mike Cater off a letter, and you don't do nothing for John Rubo. That's corruption. You're all corrupt. That's it. All corrupt. I just proved it. Case closed. New officials. New officials. Anyway, folks, have a good night. Tomorrow's hump day. It's Wednesday. I don't know what else is going on tomorrow. So anyway, if there's anything, again, you want to tell me, message me, please. I love the messages. Thank you to the person that messaged me. Please message me with more information. Give me more details. Please, if you can, send me a copy of the letter so I can post it and show everyone. And anyone else who has any concerns or would like me to mention something on the podcast or to talk about something, to look into something, email me, message me, call me, whatever. politicwithfred@gmail.com is the email. You can comment. You can message me on Facebook, although emails would be a better way to get to me. You can message me on Instagram as well. All right. So come on, Yonkers. Keep bringing me the stuff, Yonkers. Come on. Let's go. I want more. I want more. I want more. I want to talk about it. People want to hear it. And let's make some change. I'm Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics. Thank you for joining me. And council members, you're wrong. You're wrong. You got caught. Caught. You better investigate. Liam, you little cheater, lying, corrupt guy. Go investigate. Do your job. Do your jobs. Thank you for watching Basement Politics, folks. I am Freddy Vazquez. This has been another episode. Make sure you go on the Yonkers City Council page and like the post I made if they don't take it out. Ask the council why they have yet to investigate into the letter that was sent to them by a city resident in regards to the quid quo pro involving John Rubo and AMS. There is a letter. They are aware of it. Why are they looking into it? Join me tomorrow, folks. I'll be on again.